I created a team of walk-ons in College Football 25, and in the first full year in the FBS, Western Carolina University went 4-8, which isn't too bad considering how terrible this lineup really was. But on the bright side, we signed the 46th ranked recruiting class last year, even with some heavy recruiting restrictions. If you didn't see what those recruiting restrictions are, you can definitely catch them at the beginning of the first video in this playlist. Our team has improved quite a bit, but we're still only a 77 overall team, with a 79 overall defense. And since we only won 4 games last year, we're still a 1-star school. The transfer portal, though, was very kind to us, especially Clemson, because they helped us sign Zaire Patterson, Vic Burley, and Adam Randall, and those 3 are going to significantly help to bolster this lineup. We also signed 2 new coordinators. Since our team was so terrible last year, we cut both the offensive and the defensive one. And we're going to have to match their play styles to make this a little bit more realistic. So we're going to be starting off with a Texas Pro-style offense, and with a 3-3-5 normal defense. So we literally just started recruiting, and we already have an instant commit. Jalen Grubbs joins the squad right away. Tyrone Colclough sounds like an incredible athlete. 96 throw power, 94 excel with his 87 speed. He's got off-platform, he's got option king, he's got headstrong, and his accuracy stats are quite good. I mean, he's got 87 short, 80 mid. We'll just have to see what his deep accuracy is, but this guy sounds like a crazy player. Jimmy Wolf is another guy at quarterback who looks very interesting with his 90 speed, 90 throw power. He's got some good excel too. Jadarius Brown is a gem running back that we found with 92 speed. James Epps looks like an amazing 3-star corner. And Glenn Hicks looks like he could be awesome at safety. And we're going to start right in the thick of it with our team schedule. App State, first game of the season. App State's coming to us this time because we had such a heartbreaking game against them last year and we need our revenge. We then go to play with Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, as we handled them quite well the first time we played against them. We'll then go on the road against Troy. We then play against our arch nemesis, North Carolina. This is an opportunity to see how much better our team really is as we try some better opponents this year. Marshall, another home game. Then we go on the road to Georgia Southern. Another rivalry game against Coastal Carolina at home. James Madison University, we definitely need our revenge on that one. And for Georgia State. Arkansas State, back on the road. And then we go on the road to number 24 South Carolina. And I don't know if you heard me, but I said on the road at number 24. We're going to get killed. Then we go to play Old Dominion at home also. And that'll round out the season. We are, yet again, projected to be last place in our conference, which we could expect, but our overall is actually pretty even with just about every other team in this conference. So we might be actually competitive. What do you guys think? How many wins are we going to get? Let me know in the comments right now. I'm really hoping for 6 to 7 wins this season. But looking at the starting lineup for us, we're going to have Taylor Rambo to be our starting quarterback. He was that 3-star gem quarterback that we signed last season, and his accuracy stats are pretty solid. VJ Brahms will be backing him up at the second QB spot also, another 3-star gem that we got last year. Cameron Walker returns for his senior season. He's going to get the starting nod. At running back, he's up to a 72 overall. Anthony Allen will be the power back behind him at a 68. And then we have Montel Meja down there, the elite dev running back that we signed. We're going to redshirt him this year, and he'll take over as the starter when Cam is gone. Wide receiver 1, we have Adam Randall, the transfer from Clemson. He's going to be the number 1 guy at a 77 overall. Vernon Lyle, we'll bump him up to the number 2 receiver. Really interested to see how he does with an increased role in the season. Darnell Jackson is going to be the 3rd receiver in the lineup. And then we have Xavier Lee and Marcus Wright down there at the 5th spot. Going to be redshirting the freshman wide receivers that we got since they don't have a chance to start. And we have Ron Marshall. We're moving him over as a true freshman to a tight end from a wide receiver. And his 91 speed should help us out pretty significantly over there. We're going to be starting Rick Smart over here at the left tackle spot. He's up to an 82 overall here. Andrew Spanway will be the starting left guard. At center, we're going to have Daquan Hardaway at a 78 overall. Right guard is going to be senior Samuel Lowe. Right tackle will be Marcus Green, up to a 75. And then looking at the defense, we have transfer Zaire Patterson, also from Clemson, like I mentioned earlier, at a 77 overall. He'll get the starting nod. He's got 83 speed, which is real nice. Chase Simmons, also a transfer player. He's going to be a 73 overall starting for us. We have 8 transfers coming over here, and 7 of them are on defense. And pretty much all of them are on the defensive line or linebackers. Defensive tackle, we have Vic Burley, who's one of the highest overall players on our whole team. 80 overall. This guy just looks like an absolute beast. He's a redshirt sophomore, and we could have this guy for a couple years, depending on if we can keep that play style up enough that he doesn't want to transfer out. Nick Campbell also joined pretty much for the same thing. He's a 75 overall. Wyatt Wright, super excited to bring this guy to the team. He's got 82 speed, 90 excel. Ben Laney will be our starting right outside linebacker. And then we're going to have Caden Sullivan. He came in from App State. And then Ethan Blackwood at a 72 overall will be the second middle linebacker. DeAndre Harris gets the nod for number 1 corner. The true sophomore is a 76. And he now has house call and quick jump. Tyrell Davis was actually a safety. We moved him over to corner. He was on Georgia Southern and had 2 interceptions against us the last time we played against them, which is kind of ironic, but hopefully he'll also be a standout guy for us. Grayson Reynolds was our free safety last year. We moved him to a corner spot to help us out since we're kind of thin down here. Jamal Mitchell will be the 4th corner. We ended up moving Blake Harrison from outside linebacker over to safety. He actually has some pretty good stats for coverage. And then Sheldon Dennis is going to get the start at strong safety. But I am not looking forward to this. I just realized we're playing against North Carolina, and they have a Marion Hampton. I remember he demolished us in our App State dynasty, and now he's probably going to do the same thing again here. Boys, I am so pumped. For year 2 of West Carolina, we're playing against the App State Mountaineers. It looks like this is like some sort of specialty bowl game or something, because this is a nice little cutscene to start this dynasty off for the 2nd year. App State is going to be a formidable opponent. Always play them tough, and we should have won last year. If you guys don't remember, we got absolutely snubbed at the end. And it is time to get our revenge, as we're going to receive the ball first and try to put up some points. As freshman Taylor Rambo is going to get his first start as a Megalodon. We'll see what he does. So on the first play of the game, we're going to give it off to Cam Walker, and he gets to the outside and gets a nice amount of room. He spins upfield, and he's taken down at the 50. What a run from Cam Walker. A really electrifying run from Cam Walker on the first play, and then Vernon Lyle upfield. He gets hit, and he fumbles the ball, and App State is going to fall on it. There's no way that's a fumble. Oh, you got to challenge that. It really looks like his knee was down. Let's see. Yeah, he's all the way on the ground. There's no way that stands. So we'll be back on offense. Unreal. Okay, Vernon, you can't do that, my friend. We can't be like that at the beginning of the season, as he'll just try to run around. I feel like there was something open. Taylor just a little too gun shy to let that one roll, as Cam Walker fights for the first. What second effort from Cam Walker to be able to push himself up past the first down. What a good run. Cam just looks like he has another level of boost this year. As Adam Randall on the jet touch pass has some room, he's going to take this thing all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. Adam Randall making his name known on the first touch of his career as a Megalodon. And boys, are we excited for this year. We look like a whole new offense. Well, after that explosive play, it's time for defense. So we're going to see what the defense is like. Immediate 10-yard run is not ideal, and they have so much room running the ball. I remember Kanye Roberts absolutely demolished us last season. We cannot let the same thing happen this year. Let's bring some pressure. Good tackle, boys. 3rd and 9 situation, very important. Can we get to him? And he throws it out. Throws it out of bounds, and it's going to be a punt situation. We'll take over at our own 9-yard line. Cam Walker is going to somehow still be up, and he's down almost to 30. Oh my lord, Cam Walker just making a massive difference right now, and he overthrows him. Really had Ron Marshall open there, so we'll just try to slow it down to Vernon Lyle. Please don't fumble. Gets him out of bounds at the 40. We just got to pick short plays. Wow. A lot of pressure from App State. They did not want him to be too comfortable back there. Offensive line is definitely better than it was last year, but not by much. What a throw. What a dot by Taylor Rambo on that last throw. That was incredible. Cam Walker, good move, 8 yards. Just moving on down the field. Cam Walker's an animal. Cam Walker, just feed him the ball. There's a throw, and it's undercut by the corner of App State, and he's going to have a lot of space. Do we have anyone back there? Come on, Taylor, make that tackle. And goodness, that's a problem with having a true freshman out there. It looked open for a minute, and he just throws that pass a little too late. and made himself too predictable. Gets a turnover, and this is a big opportunity for our defense to make a stand. Good sack. Wyatt Wright makes an impact right away, and it is 2nd and long. Throws this thing to the end zone, and it is intercepted by DeAndre Harris. And he's going to try to take this thing out of the end zone, and he's just not quite fast enough, but we get to the 28-yard line on a tremendous interception from DeAndre. We did not have that last year. Just incredible on both sides of the ball right now. It's Cam Walker to the outside. He looks so much more elusive this season than he did last year, and he's going to fight his way down. He's up over 90 yards on the game. He has 91 yards on 6 carries. We'll give him a little breather. We'll try to get some more running going with this offense. We look so much better. Try to get Taylor Rambo going as well as we throw it underneath to Ron Marshall, and he's down to the 1. So close to the end zone. It's 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, and Cam Walker looks like an entirely different animal than last year. So we're going to try to hand it right up the middle, and it's a touchdown for Cam Walker, and we are up 14-0 early. I am super pumped with how our team has been performing so far. This has been incredible. It's a fumble, and they pick it up. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way that's an actual fumble, and that's a terrible pass. Just really, really bad pass, and that is a great awareness from Caden. Caden Sullivan playing against his former team. He was an App State linebacker, and we're loving to have him on our squad for this year. Good find to Adam Randall for the first down. Getting Adam Randall involved is going to be huge for us. What a throw! That looked like it could have been picked, though. Oh, wow. I don't know if Taylor was learning from his mistakes there or what, but he threw just enough touch on that. And it's going to be a 2nd and long situation. He overthrows him. Accuracy's been kind of a little up and down so far to start the season here for Taylor, as he gets it just in time there. Good move from Darnell. Darnell being a little elusive back there. The play action, those are working okay so far to start this season. The speed from him enough to throw it away. Just enough so we don't have to take the sack, and that's a big difference between this and last year. He still kind of feels a little bit like he's kind of stuck in the pocket. But 4th down, we'll try a fullback run, and that's a great run from Cameron. Huge pickup from Cameron. We'll go with a little fake jet, and then we'll throw it to him, and that was not a good play zone. Didn't work too much. We'll just go with a regular jet touch pass here. They read that one well. And it's 3rd down and goal. We'll go to play action. He had every single person open. We couldn't get it off. Just too much pressure for him that time, and we're going to have to settle for 3 points in the field goal. But we're up 17-0. Here pretty late in the half, as they're going to try to get something on the board. You would think that they have to score here. They have to score a touchdown to stay competitive in this one, as that's a great play from the running back. What a run. Making a good move to make a man miss and get the positive yards. Down under 2 minutes, 2nd and 4, and he throws it over. Big 3rd down, tries a quick out, and it's knocked down by Laney. So we'll get the ball after the punt. And we have an opportunity. We have a real shot to be able to put up some points here. And we really need to as we get that off to Alex Gunderson. Not a big fan of how much he's been on the field today, because I would like our other playmakers to have more of an opportunity. Whoa, look at him pick. Come on, Taylor Rambo. Show me what you're made of. Let's get down the field. Good find to Darnell Jackson. He's fighting for room. Gets us nearing midfield. Drops back. Throws it. He would have had him. Just not quite enough time at all to be able to get that off. But Taylor Rambo with his legs getting an opportunity. He just couldn't get it there. Had a guy open. Wasn't maybe the safest of throws, but he was pretty open. That's a wide open guy, and he missed him. So at the half, it's 17-0. Cam Walker making a tremendous impact early. 100 yards already at the half. I feel like he only had 100-yard rushing maybe 2 to 3 times last year total. But we'll kick it off to App State. Our defense has been really the story of this game. 0 points allowed. I mean, when has our defense been able to say that? Good hit from Caden. Caden Sullivan getting a lot of enjoyment and taking it to his old team, as now it's a really, really big 3rd down situation for App State. They have to score here. Throws it deep to Blake, and it's intercepted. And Blake Harrison, the safety now, is going down the sideline. He's got just a quarterback to beat, and he's out at the 1. Oh, Blake Harrison, I don't know how you didn't run over the quarterback, but wow, making an impact being moved over to safety. We'll try to punch it in with Cam Walker, and it's right up the middle for a touchdown, West Carolina, and we are up by a huge margin over App State. We're going to be running away with this one. It's 24-0. App State needs something here. Terrible pass. Just making terrible decisions all game long. And they're throwing this one deep to Dalton Stroman, and he catches it over Tyrell Davis. Oh my goodness, what a catch from Dalton. Oh my gosh, I miss having these wide receivers on that App State team. They were so good. Dalton Stroman, Caden Robinson. I mean, there's so many good players on this team that were so enjoyable to use. As that's almost intercepted. Ben Laney almost had it, and we're going to hold him to a field goal. So we'll take that, hold him to 3 points, and that was almost picked. Wow, good job from Vernon Lyle to be able to at least get his hands on it. Brings up a 3rd and medium situation. Too much pressure. He's going to fumble the ball, and it's immediately picked up by a lineman. What just happened? Taylor Rambo just fumbled the ball. I think he just threw the ball at Sean Collins. Let's see what happens. So he gets hit from behind, and he gets hit the second time, and it just flies into his hands. I can't even imagine what happens there, and that should have been picked from Caden. Oh, Caden. Caden Sullivan had it right in his hands, and he couldn't hold on to it. It's a big sack from Vic Burley. 3rd and forever. Goes with a screen play, and Sheldon Dennis lays a nice hit. We're going to force them to kick another field goal, and it's 24-6. So let's get some more points on the board. Oh, Cam, you're just a little faster. That would have been such a nice play for them. They're going to throw this thing deep. It is caught. No, he dropped it. Oh, no. Darnell Jackson just dropped a perfect dime. And that's going to force a punt situation, and they're going right back to the ground. Another run play for them. They are not going to give up on it. They're just living and dying by the run. Throws that one deep. What a catch. What a throw, actually, to be able to squeeze that in that tight window. Good move. And he's going to break a tackle. He's inside the red zone down at the 15. So they're in the red zone again. Throws it quick on the little curl route. Gets somehow 7 yards out of just falling forward. Big 3rd down play again. Can we hold him out from the end zone? And that's a good hit. Getting a lot more pressure than we did last year as we hold him to yet another field goal. 3 field goals for our defense has been crucial in keeping this a very nice game for us. Because 21-24 would be huge, but Cam Walker is also just such a good guy. He's getting so many yards on this. And how does he get to the outside? He did not do that last year. It's 24-9 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Cam Walker did not look this elusive last season. I mean, am I wrong? But I don't know. I felt like Cam Walker had the potential. He just wasn't it. Oh, what a pass. Just missed him. We'll go back to Adam Randall in the jet touch. And he's going to get some space to the outside. And don't tell me there's a flag. This better not be holding. Because Adam Randall just took this thing 40 yards to the house. And it's going to be a hold. Oh, my. Marcus Green gets a hold, and that's an open guy. He just underthrew it. He got hit as he threw, and it forced it to be underneath, or else that could have been insane. What a catch. What a catch. These App State receivers are absolutely dogging our corners, as that is a crazy play to keep this to 3rd and inches, but he's going to find the man over the middle for the first. 1st and 10, they motion the running back out to the side, and that could have been picked by Wyatt Wright. He just wasn't looking there, but he was in the right time, right place. As they're just going to dump it off, gets 6 yards on the play. They are really hungry for trying to get some points, as they really put up 9 unanswered points pretty much. 1st and 10 again. Another little wide receiver screen. He gets popped. We're playing hard, getting some good hits on these guys, but they're just moving it. 3rd and 1 situation. A touchdown here would be so bad for us. They somehow get a catch. It's 1st and goal. Up the middle, and we can't get to him. Billy's going to walk right in for the touchdown. And they are putting up points on the board. Boys, let's not blow this lead. And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point game. That is basically the same thing that happened to us last season. Just can't get very many running yards now all of a sudden. Gets a good throw off to Ron Marshall, and he's going to try to stay in bounds. He couldn't quite stay in bounds, so we'll try to run it again. We were running so well at a clip in the first part of it, but Anthony Allen is going to get a nice run, and he's down to 3rd and 2. makes it a manageable situation, but he gets leveled, and we're going to have to punt this one away. We could have went with a pass, but an incomplete pass would have not made them have to call a timeout. Good punt, drops it at the 12-yard line, and that's deflected line. Good deflection from the linebacker, throws it quick to the out route and gets half of it. 3rd and 5 situation for App State. Throws it deep, and it's intercepted from Tyrell Davis. What an interception, and that is so clutch, because that is going to end this game. We'll be able to just run the rest of it out. A huge interception. The defense came up clutch when they had to, but boy did they want to make that interesting, because we really should have run away with this game. Instead, we're going to pull it off 27-16, as I'm pretty proud of our boys. I mean, I feel like the offense is significantly improved. We had a little bit of a tough part there at the end once they started blitzing a ton, but Cam Walker has been a difference maker. We actually ended up giving him 20 carries in this game because he was so much more efficient. Taylor Rambo, in his first start, completion percentage a little low. He was getting a lot of pressure towards the end of it, but he had a touchdown and an interception. The interception was bad, but that's, sometimes what you're going to get with a true freshman QB. Cam Walker, just our workhorse this year, averaging 6.9 a carry. This might be his breakout year. Vernon Lyle, 4 catches, 28 yards, a 7 average. Cam Walker led the team in receiving yards with 56. And Adam Randall gets a wide receiver touchdown, which was very far and few between last year. And Sam Lowe opening up an IHOP with all those pancakes. DeAndre Harris, Caden Sullivan, and Wyatt Wright getting 5 tackles apiece. Very balanced between the whole squad. Ben Laney, Wyatt Wright, and Caden Sullivan also having 2 TFLs. And we had a sack from Wyatt Wright and Vic Burley. Interception-wise, Tyrell Davis, Blake Harrison, and DeAndre Harris all getting an interception and having a handful of pass deflections too. Looking at recruiting updates here now, a couple weeks into the season, Tyrone Coolclough looks very, very promising for us to get this man, and I'm pretty pumped about it. So we have a visit for week 3. We're going to see if we could just basically lock this guy up. I don't want South Carolina or Clemson to turn it on all of a sudden and try to go after this guy. So we're definitely sending this, especially because his grades, the only things he likes were D's in. So we're never going to be able to hard sell this guy. And so we have to get a huge lead, because once Clemson and South Carolina start hard selling, we have no shot. We also have a week 3 visit with Eric Ezeki. He's a guard and looks pretty solid. 86 strength and a couple other 80s in his lead and impact blocking. I think this guy could be a pretty decent guard or center for us. But they're both coming to this game against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, as we really beat the brakes off of them last year. And let's hope we can do it again this year. So we're going to kick it off. We're wearing the light blue jerseys today, and look at the amount of fans in this crowd. Jeez. Where did this come from? They all want to see Taylor Rambo and company? I don't know why they're all here. This is like 2 bottom dwellers mashing it out down here. And so can the defense play as well as they did last week? That would be awesome. Wow, that guy was open. Just so happy he missed that one. As he's going to take some pressure, breaks a tackle. He fumbles the ball from Caden Sullivan, and he's going to walk out of bounds. What a play from Caden Sullivan and Wyatt Wright. These linebackers have been so much better than last year. I mean, our linebacking core wasn't the problem last year, but we lost both of them. Cam Walker, though, with another first down carry. 11 yards on his first play. Out to Vernon Lyle. He looks so good out there. 6'5", he's got a nice build, and he's going to be a solid player for us. I don't know how we didn't get that with Cam Walker, but instead we'll just try to throw underneath, and he drops it. Right after I compliment him, he immediately goes to dropping it. So we're just going to go QB sneak, get that in there, perfect. Again, we can only call plays twice in a game. Throws it deep, and it's deflected. That could have been picked. But we can only call the same play twice a game, which leads to realism. We can't just spam the same couple plays over and over again, so using that QB sneak, we're only going to have one more. Brings up a 4th down situation. Kick is up, and kick is good. We'll start with the lead, 3-0, West Carolina. Back out on defense. Can we make another stop? Good tackle. But those out routes are kind of killing us. Run defense has been significantly better this year, though, I will add. That one should be intercepted, but I don't know what he was doing. Just allowed him to get a free first down. So we're going to have to kind of play underneath, I think, a little bit here. Nobody was expecting that, and that's a first down. That is amazing scheme right there. We pushed everybody underneath on a blitz, and they just beat us over the top, just like they just did there. So another first down play for Louisiana. They're trying to push this thing forward. Good hit from Blake Harrison. 2nd down and 8. I have so many fans coming to this game. I'm really shocked about that. And that is somehow caught. No, he dropped it. Good hit at the end to be able to keep that not a first down. He's going to get leveled. Wright absolutely mauls that guy, but they are going to get the first down because of it. They're going to try to scramble with the quarterback. We might have to put some QB spies out here if they're going to keep doing that. That should be wide open, and he's down to the 2. At the end of 1, Louisiana is threatening, but we're still up 3-0. They have negative 10 rushing yards. That's incredible. I'd say you're not going to win a lot of games if you're running for negative yards, but hey, that works too. They get a touchdown, and they're going to take the lead 7-3. So we gotta get something here. I'm just kind of so shocked. We have so many fans in the stands for literally we just won our 4th or 5th game ever as a team. Like 5-8 is not a good long-term record. But I don't know how that pass ended up going to the tight end. The pressure is crazy. I thought our offensive line was going to be significantly better than it was last year, but right now that's not great. Oh, that's a terrible throw. All right, Taylor, let's just forget that entire drive happened, and we'll try to get him on the next one. 2nd down and 8. They're going to run up there, and Sheldon Dennis. He's forced so many fumbles on similar plays like that, and kind of surprised he didn't on that one. But Vic Burley is going to get the sack. Vic Burley making such an impact in the first 2 games. Really more in his rushing of the quarterback. I haven't really noticed a bunch of him in the run-stopping game, but he might just be eating blocks. Look at that, man. He's massive. Like, we need a good nickname for him for sure. Not great running for us today. We'll go the Adam Randall route with the jet touch pass, and he's going to get it first. Really liking Adam Randall on those. Just barely gets it off to Cam Walker on the screen, and we only get 4. Really, really good defense from them to be able to keep us from getting a large gain. And it's going to be a 3rd and 3 situation. They're pressed up pretty good. Tries to float it over the linebacker, and we can't, so we'll have to punt it away. And we're kind of stifled on offense right now. We just can't do much. They're going to run the ball with the quarterback, and he stiff arms Ben Laney. What a run from their QB, setting them up in a great situation, and it's going to be intercepted. Never mind, the quarterback just made a mistake, and DeAndre Harris is going to get his 2nd pick. DeAndre Harris gets his 2nd interception, and that is really giving us a chance to kind of turn the momentum in this game, but we can't. The pressure is so much. I'm not used to having a left-handed quarterback trying to scramble up the wrong direction. It's a good find, though. Good find to just pick up some yards and make this a more manageable situation. Good job moving around in the pocket, buying time. And he picks up the first down. We'll run it back off to Cam Walker. Great run on first. Great run. When we get 7 yards to start the drive, it really makes it a very manageable situation. A fast corner blitz. So 2nd and goal. We'll go back to the jet touch to Randall. He's going to fight for so many yards. He got 7 out of that. I don't know how on earth he gets 7 yards out of that. We'll go fullback dive. Cameron Teague is in for the touchdown, and the seesaw game is back in front for us. Cameron Teague has also been a difference maker there at fullback, having a true fullback who's able to punch that in. Defense needs to continue to make a stand, though. With this new defense, we're starting to try to get used to it a little bit. We were running 3-3-5 tight before, and it's almost picked. DeAndre could have had his 2nd interception. Instead, it'll be a punt situation and a good find to Vernon Lyle. Is Taylor Rambo heating up a little bit? He's had a couple nice completions in a row there. Throws it to deep receiver. It's caught. What a find from Taylor Rambo. He's really feeling it now. He just overthrew him. I think he would have had a step. If it was a little better of a pass, that really could have been a touchdown. Instead, he'll just take the sack as we're going to end up kicking the field goal. Not a shot. That one missed by a mile. Freshman kicker, and not great. So we'll go into the half 10-7. Almost had a chance to be able to put up some points there before the half. But hey, we are actually leading in pretty much every single statistical category against them right now. 1st and 10. Back to the ground game from Cam Walker. Good power running, gets 6. We'll go with a little fake run and throws it over to Vernon Lyle, who's down for a massive gain all the way inside enemy territory. Down to the 40-yard line. Vernon Lyle. He has been really breaking out this season for sure in his increased role. Love putting him at that 2nd receiver spot. Even though his overall is lower, I feel like he's a better player. Like, I feel like he's one of our better receivers. Good find under pressure to get that off to Ron Marshall. Takes a shot, but holds on, and it's a first down situation. The play action game working pretty nice. Can he throw it? He was such an open guy. Unfortunate that he's left-handed and we couldn't get that running that direction. And I'm even left-handed myself. Fun fact. But it's just a little tough because I'm not used to using a left hand in an actual game. Gonna end up causing another field goal situation, which he will drill this time, and it's 13-7. Let's hope that first field goal doesn't come back to hurt us. Back on defense for West Carolina under pressure, and he throws it bad. It's gonna bring up a second down. They try a draw play, and how does that work so effectively? Gets like almost 15 yards on the draw. Unlucky for us. That's a risky pass. I don't know why Chase Simmons is all the way out there in coverage, though. He's our edge rusher, which is not ideal. But they're just gonna dump that off for a massive gain. I think that's one of the problems that I don't like about the 3-3-5 like regular defense. Sometimes your defensive ends up in a purple zone coverage, and that's terrible. What a move. Just completely juked Sheldon Dennis out of his shoes. And there we go, he makes up for it a little bit. Not enough to make up for it, though, as they still got that first down earlier. But Elijah Davis, I remember him from the last time we played against him. He had a killer of a game. And it's going to be another field goal situation. They make it. They barely make that field goal. 1st and 10 on offense. We really need a touchdown here. That would be so big. As the third quarter is winding down, we're getting so close to the end of the third. Really would love to get some points here. Gets a pump fake and then gets it off to Darnell Jackson for the first. Great use of the pump fake to be able to throw that man open, and another play to Darnell. Darnell Jackson's been also one of his favorite receivers. Throws that one off to Cam Walker. Stiff arms his way to 2nd and inches. Almost had the first down. Just throws it. Oh, that was close. Just kind of overthrew it a little bit there, but he'll get the first. And it's 13-10 at the end of the third quarter. We're going to try to run some clock and put up some more points here to kind of put this one away. 1st and 10 situation. Has him over the middle. How did he get that off? I don't know how he got that as an accurate pass, but instead, ooh, that's broken up. 3rd and 1 situation. We'll run it off to Anthony Allen, and he's going to fight for the first. It's nice also having a little power back in there to get us a little bit more oomph at the line of scrimmage. Vernon Lyle getting 4. He's been nice on that RPO game so far. As we're going to scramble around in the pocket. Taylor Rambo trying to buy some time. And he gets the first down. I feel like we just got to snap that quick because there's no way that was a first. But a great job from Taylor to use his legs. That's something that we needed more of last year. And having a younger, fresher pair of legs back there is making a big impact. That's on this play. We got to throw a little bit more zip on the ball there, Taylor. That's going to come with time. But the kick is up, and we barely make that. It's 16-10. Not ideal. Those last 2 possessions ended in field goals, which still makes this a 1-score game, as they have 5 minutes to get down the field and score a touchdown. When you have Elijah Davis in the backfield, you have a chance to be able to do that. Quarterback tries to scramble out with it. Good thing we had a spy, and it's going to be a 3rd and 5 situation. And we don't have a spy that time, which is very unfortunate, as they're going to get the first. Definitely should have had a spy out there pretty much every play. We just tried to mix it up a little bit and have a spy that one time, and it worked out to our favor. But it's 3rd and 3. Big situation. Huge hit from Wyatt Wright, and it's going to be our ball with 2 minutes left. They have all their timeouts. Cam Walker to the outside, to the 30s. Cuts upfield, and he's down to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. He's going to take this thing all the way to the end zone. Cam Walker, I believe that's got to be his longest touchdown of his career, making such a massive impact for us at the beginning of the season. We're going for the 2-point conversion to make this a better score. He drops it. That would have made it a 14-point game and really would have just made it so tough. Wow, Caden couldn't even react to that. And they're going to try to throw it short. It's a 3rd and 3. All the marbles, they overthrow it. 4th down situation. Last hopes for Louisiana, and it's knocked down. And we'll be able to just run this one out. They have their 3 timeouts, so we need a single first down to be able to put this one on ice. And Anthony Allen to the outside. He's going to run this thing all the way in for the touchdown. And that's going to seal it. 29-17, your final score. They end up scoring a garbage time touchdown, but hey, we need to give the freshman some love, get him into the end zone. But Cam Walker broke off a massive, like 90-yard touchdown run to really cap this game off. Taylor Rambo, 17 for 34, 50% completion percentage at 187 yards. Needs to get that completion percentage up a little bit, but he's been under a lot of duress to start this season. Cam Walker, again, just that guy for us. And Anthony Allen also had 35 rushing yards on 6 attempts. He was averaging almost 6 a carry. Darnell Jackson and Vernon Lyle with 5 catches apiece and both over 60 yards receiving. And Wyatt Wright leading the team with tackles. Had 8 of them. Blake Harrison had 7 of them. 2 TFLs for Vic Burley and Caden Sullivan. As Caden got that revenge against our rivals and against his old team. But hey, boys, don't look now. We're undefeated, 2-0. And we're playing well. And we're playing quite well. Atop the standings as we beat App State. We're going to be going up against Troy. They're 1-3, and they're an 80 overall. Theoretically, a balanced opponent for us. But we're going to try to blow them out of the water. I mean, we don't want to take this game lightly. Kick is underway. Can we push the win streak to 3 games? Vernon Lyle. Oh, he almost had a chance. He needs to be a little faster. Needs to be a little bit quicker. Taylor Rambo needs to have, a little bit better of a game. He hasn't really made any plays that have lost us the game, but I'm really looking for him to take over at some point during one of these games. Cam Walker, good running. As again, we're still doing a QB battle between him and BJ Brahms. Like, we're going to allow him to play until he makes a mistake. If he starts making mistakes, Brahms will immediately become the starter. With a good pickup on first down. So Taylor Rambo needs to show something soon, as that's a nice throw to Ron Marshall. As again, we only have up to 4 games to play before they're no longer eligible for freshman status. Vernon Lyle breaking so many tackles, he's down inside the red zone. Vernon Lyle is kind of like a mini A.J. Brown out there for us as an Eagles fan. Like, he looks like he could be that dude that we can have on the outside. We're under just so much pressure half of the time, and we can't get out of the backfield on the screen, so we're going to have to settle for yet another field goal. But Jared will make it, so we're getting him some practice anyway. And it's first time playing against Troy. We did not play them year 1, so we'll see how their team is. But we are a new and revamped roster this time. Our defense is a lot better, our offense is a lot more explosive. And we really need to take it to these teams that are... Oh, that could have been picked, DeAndre Harris had an opportunity to just absolutely demolish that receiver, and they're going to instead pick up a first. So we want to see what we can do to force some sort of turnover. Our defense has been very opportunistic so far to start the season. We have had quite a bit of takeaways, which we did not have last year. And on third downs, we've been decently efficient. What a sack from Chase Simmons. He gets his first sack as a Megalodon, and that's a big sack, giving us an opportunity to push the lead up even more. Good safe throw to Ron Marshall. Good job for him throwing back shoulder so the defender did not have an opportunity to do anything about it. Scrambles out of the pocket and throws it away. Good awareness from him. He needs to continue to do that more often. He needs to be able to use his legs and extend plays, because that really just gives us so much bigger of an opportunity. He overthrew him. Unreal. Overthrows him and forces a punt situation. And they're going to overthrow their receiver as well. So second down and 10, runs up the middle and gets 4. Good stops. Good tackles, though, to be honest. I feel like our tackling is a little bit better. We have had less broken tackles. Blake Harrison gives up a big gain, though, as they're back to midfield. Under pressure from Vic Burley. Vic Burley making a huge impact. I honestly think so at the D tackle spot. Getting all of those transfers to have a complete new defensive line, rather, as they throw this one deep, and he had a step on DeAndre. So glad that he overthrew the receivers. That would have been a touchdown. Cam Walker in space makes a man miss, and somehow doesn't get the first. Okay, but all right. Well, it's 3-0. West Carolina, as we have 71 passing yards. Is this the Taylor Rambo breakout game? I mean, he's got 71 in the first quarter. Here we go. Good find, Alex Gunderson. I'm not super happy with how much Alex Gunderson is being used in this offense as a 67 overall. But that man is so wide open. Where is the person covering Vernon Lyle? And he gets down inside the red zone. This man could have had his own zip code in the middle of the field. I don't know what kind of lapse in coverage that was, but there wasn't anybody in the remote vicinity of Vernon Lyle. Just a wide open play. First and red zone now for Cam Walker. He's going to push himself forward to an 8-yard gain. Try a little motion to mix up the defense a little bit. Doesn't work. 3rd and 2 situation. We go back to the ground game for Cam. It's 4th and inches. We're going to go for it here. I think it's a good opportunity, and we're going to pick it up. So a good run to be able to extend this drive and give us a chance to put up a touchdown. We got to put up a touchdown, not a field goal. A field goal here would really feel like a letdown. Throws it quick and gets only a yard. Just kind of the throw is a little bit behind him, or else we could have really waltzed in the end zone there. Throws it to a man, and it's caught for the touchdown. That's Alex Gunderson. A good play on the zig route. Found the open space. That's his 2nd touchdown of the season. And they're going to just try to go right back to the RPOs. The RPOs have been working pretty well for them, to be honest. But the run game has not. Good tackle, boys. 2nd down and long. We like to have it 2nd and 10 plus. Really puts a lot of pressure on the QB. He's just going to have to throw that one away. It's 3rd and long. That one could be picked, but a good hit. Tyrell Davis forces the incompletion, and we get the ball back after the punt. Really nothing doing on that little motion orbit pass. Little throw to Darnell. Gets 5 yards, makes it just more manageable. And that's the thing, half the time it's make it more manageable. 4th and 1, so wanted to go for it, but it just would not be realistic to go for it in that situation, as that's a great play, and Sheldon Dennis misses the tackle, and he's all the way down to the 25. Just such a massive play from Troy, as he throws to the end zone, and it's intercepted by Wyatt Wright. Wyatt Wright plays right time, and he's down at the 25. What a play from the linebacker. He has been unimaginably good to start this season. Cannot even discredit how good he has been in the pass defense and in the run defense. He just knows where to be. Right place, right time. Wyatt Wright. That is a pick. So we're back on offense. Can we use the momentum? Can we just hit him with a shot right away? No. Good coverage on the outside on Adam Randall. We might have had it a little late, but we just couldn't pull the trigger. It's a 3rd and 10 situation. We try to just see if we can get some yards there. Good run. Makes it a 4th and short, but we will just go with the punt. We tried to run some of the time down. 1:17 left. I don't know if the best choice there was to have that situation on offense, as we're giving them a great opportunity to put up some points. But I feel like you have to be aggressive enough to try to throw some pass plays. But now they're all of a sudden in our side of the field. And they still have 54 seconds and 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 6. A good strip sack, and it's going to be picked up by the offense. But what a play from the edge rushers. So big situation on 3rd and long. Gonna drop back and get sacked by Zaire Patterson, and it's not going to be any chance for points, as it's 10-0 at half. The clock just expires, and they couldn't get an opportunity to score. Defense wins championships, and defense just put a stop to Troy getting any points on that possession. So on the first play of the half, they go right back to the ground game. We weren't expecting that. That's 10 yards. We definitely can't just let them run all over us on that. That is not ideal. They had negative 22 rushing yards at the half, and now they've been just running it as they please. That's a little bit better. Only a 1-yard run on that one. As they're going to drop back to pass, they try to run with it, and he's just going to get sacked. Chase Simmons and James Couch-Smith getting in there for a huge sack. It's 3rd and long yet again. How many 3rd and longs have they had, and how many have they completed? Not very many of them, I will say, but they have forever back there. Can somebody get to anything? And it's unbelievable. That is inexcusable defensive play. Somebody has to be able to get to the quarterback. He literally had 7 minutes in the pocket and just waited all day to find it. And they're going to score a touchdown. The morale is just deflated after that massive pickup. I'm not surprised they scored a touchdown afterward. Our team is in our heads right now. And just because of all of the failed offensive possessions, it's 10-7. You know, it's still a game. We got to put up some points on offense. We have to score. Taylor Rambo needs to get something down the field as Cam Walker gets a nice play. Good 10-yard run. We go back to the basics, go back to the play action, go back to the quick throws. Even the quick throws aren't quick enough as we just can't get it off. Good job on the screen play to Cam Walker. Stiff arms a guy. 3rd and 1. Fullback dive for Cameron Teague. He just is so good. Breaking so many tackles. He looks really solid out there. Has a man deep. Adam Randall, he hit him. Touchdown, Western Carolina. The Megalodons strike pretty quick when they need to. And Adam Randall has another touchdown. 17-7. Such a pretty throw from Taylor Rambo on that one. Taylor Rambo is going to be making throws like that. I mean, we have found ourselves a QB. I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping that this is our answer. Good hit. Good hit from Taylor to force the incompletion, and it's a punt situation. All right, Adam Randall, not the greatest block in the world, but Vernon also ran right into you. 3rd and short. Getting just positive plays has been the difference maker as Ron Marshall gets a nice gain down to the 40. The difference between 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 10s is incredible as Adam Randall making multiple people miss and he gets a 1st down. Adam Randall, just give the ball to him in space. He's been so good. Open man deep, touchdown, Darnell Jackson. And Taylor Rambo's really seeing the field here in the second half as he is just lighting it up in the passing game. What a play from Taylor Rambo. He's improving every week, and it's 24-7. A little slow in the first half of this one, but he's really picking it up here in the second half. A 3rd and 7 situation, throws it right at Chase. And of course, it's our defensive end who's out in coverage. Throwing that one over to Adam Randall, 1st down. He's up over 280 yards of passing already as Cam Walker reverses upfield and gets 3. 2nd and 7 situation, little motion to kind of see what the pass was. Throws that one deep to Ron Marshall, and that's going to be another touchdown for Taylor Rambo as he's just lighting it up right now. He's on another level, on fire. As this one's kind of getting out of hand, if they don't score on this possession, we're going to be looking to pretty much have this game on ice already. Good tackle from Zaire. End of the 3rd quarter, it's 31-7. As Taylor Rambo is just spreading the ball around very evenly. 3rd and 9 situation. This is important, and it's caught. I don't know what Tyrell was doing. Tyrell just started walking off the field in the middle of the play, and they're going to have another big 1st down, and it's a huge hit. Sheldon Dennis trying to force a fumble on that one, but he can't. As they're just trying to hit some quick passes, and it's been working so far pretty well for them. We'll send our QB spy, and it's 3rd and 6. We're trying not to be defeated from the QB running the ball. Good 1st down. Those out routes are absolutely our kryptonite, and they have been all season. I don't know how we lost a yard there. I feel like that was back to the same line of scrimmage, but instead it is a loss on that play. And it's going to be a big hit from Sheldon Dennis, and he forces a fumble. We knew it was a matter of time before Sheldon Dennis was going to force one because he just hit so hard. And that was a perfect time for the defense to make a play. Yet another game where the defense makes a stop. It happened in week 1 in App State, and it happens again this week. That's going to be the reason we win that game. 31-13 final score over Troy. As the 3rd quarter, we just really pulled away. Taylor Rambo really making a statement with 374 passing yards on 70% completion percentage and 4 touchdowns. That is just a way to make a statement that, hey, you're just saying, I'm going to be the starting quarterback. So it looks like B.J. Brahms is probably going to be the redshirt player for this season because Taylor Rambo has really taken the hold of this team. Cam Walker had a little bit less of a role this week. We really kind of got ahead in the pass game and really didn't have the ball on offense that much as he ended with only 47 yards. Vernon Lyle and Ron Marshall both having over 100 yards on the day. 7 catches for Vernon, 6 for Ron Marshall, 6 also for Adam Randall as he had 85 yards. We almost had 3 guys with 100 yards receiving, and 4 different receivers had a touchdown. Defensively, Blake Harrison leading the team with 11 tackles, 7 for Caden Sullivan, 2 TFLs for Zaire, Chase, and Caden, 2 sacks for Zaire Patterson, and 1.5 for Chase Simmons, and an interception from Wyatt Wright, who's been such a breakout player for us this year. And well, looks like Vic Burley wants to transfer. I am going to be very upset if that happens. I think he won sacks, so we're going to need more sacks. I feel like we've been doing well, though. Zaire Patterson gets the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week. And Tyrone Colclough immediately commits after the game against Troy. Absolutely huge for the program, as this guy could be maybe even a bigger difference maker than Taylor Rambo is. But yeah, Vic Burley, his deal breaker is playing style. So all of a sudden now he's fine again. I don't know if it was just before the game he was upset about the amount of sacks, because I feel like we had quite a bit of sacks against Troy. So luckily he's no longer considering it, and hopefully we can keep him on the team for a long time since he's just a sophomore. But like I said, BJ Brahms is going to be redshirted. Taylor Rambo has won the starting job. No doubt about it. He has won the starting job, and he is going to be our QB coming forward. Jadarius Brown looking pretty solid for us as that gem running back. We're going to have a little bit of a battle here, maybe, with Coastal Carolina, but they have a less good pipeline tier, so we should not really have much of a problem, considering we can also throw 65 points on him. Jimmy Wolflick, he's so close to committing. James Epps is just on the fringe of committing as well, that awesome corner that I really think is going to be good for us. And Paul Wall right on the fence of committing with this program. I think we have a good chance of getting him to commit over Georgia Southern, since week 7 is just too far away. I don't think they're even going to have a shot at getting to that visit. So we're just throwing all 50 points on him to guarantee that we don't get to that point. Fontrese Davis, we're doing pretty well on him, I'd say. We're going to max out everything we could possibly give on him and send him to a visit week 5. And hopefully we can get him locked up before Duke, since now North Carolina can't even have a visit until after both of us are done. This game against North Carolina is going to be a really, really big telling on how good we are as a program. They're actually surprisingly not as highly rated as I thought they were going to be at an 82 overall. So to some degree, it could be possible for us. So there we go. First play of the game. How will the defense hold up? As apparently not super good, as he's going to go right to the outside. Stiff arms a man. Terrible pursuit angle, and he is going to run this thing all the way to the end zone. Amarion Hampton on the first play from scrimmage gets a massive touchdown. That is not how we wanted to start this game. There has only been 11 seconds off this clock, and we are already down by 7. Kind of tough because you can't even really learn much from an example like that, because you don't even know what type of offense they're going to run against you yet. So we'll try to put our offense to the test now, as well as Cam Walker cuts upfield and gets 10. He looks so elusive. I know I keep saying it, but he really looks so much more elusive this time. Oh, he should have kept that to the outside. I feel like that run would have been even bigger. Don't know how we ended up losing a yard there from Anthony Allen, but that rush was crazy. Both of our tackles got absolutely demolished on that run. And we're going to throw that thing deep. He just lofts that up there. That was not a good throw. Not a good throw. Really nothing available. Going to find a way to get a complete catch. That was kind of a pretty sketchy play from them. And how do we not wrap up this man? Amarion Hampton has 87 yards on just 2 carries. I mean, that's ridiculous. Good hit from Sheldon. Again, he's forced multiple fumbles on hits like that in the past. Wow, that guy was wide open. Would have been a massive play had he have held up. But instead, they're going for it on 4th down. And they're just going to pick it up. A short little curl route gets him like 20. Unreal that we can't just stay in front of those guys. As we're going to end up getting the, I don't know if that was a sack or not, but ends up being a pretty solid play, and he overthrows him. 3rd and 10 situation. We can't go down 2 scores this quick, and we do. What a throw. Beats the cover 4. Good eye from the QB to throw that post route. And it's 14-0 North Carolina early. This one might kind of be on the verge of being a blowout. We need to get some offense started here quick. Especially because we can't let the crowd get completely out of it, or else it's going to be real easy for North Carolina. But they are decently better than us, so it's just an indicator of how good we are. We seem like we've been a little bit better this year at 3-0. But there we go. We'll get a little bit of a pass completion to Ron Marshall. Another nice underneath route to Xavier Lee. He gets a nice gain. And he's been quiet to start the year, to be honest. Xavier Lee had a pretty okay first year, but it was a little quiet this year so far. Good running from Cam. Sets us up on a 2nd and short. Oh, we would have had that guy open too. Just not enough time in the pocket to be able to hit those guys. And he holds on. Good job, Alex Gunderson, to be able to hold on to that pass. We'll hit him with a screen, somewhat catch him off guard, and gets the first. At the end of the first quarter, though, it's looking like a blowout material game right now. 14-0. Taylor Rambo going with the RPO to Xavier Lee, and he waltzes in for the touchdown. There we go, finally getting some points up on the board. 14-7 now. Omarion Hampton gets a yard. It's been a little bit better so far on Omarion Hampton. Good tackle from Caden Sullivan. 3rd and 8 situation. Draw play to Omarion, and he can't get by Wyatt Wright. It's a punt situation, and we have a chance to be able to tie the game up before the half. Vernon Lyle with a good run to the outside. He's just not quite fast enough, but a massive gain. All the way up to the 40-yard line to start this possession, as Cam Walker has a nice amount of room, and he gets himself all the way down just outside the red zone. Go to the jet touch pass for Adam Randall, and he always looks so good on those jet touch passes as he picks up the first. 1st and 10 situation. We hit him with a play action. There's a flag on the play, so we'll just try to dump it off and get something and see what it is. Of course it's a hold, and it's coming all the way back. So 1st and 20 now. We'll have a little motion just to see what we can get with it. And Vernon Lyle's going to break a tackle and fight for 7. It's a pretty good pickup there on 1st and long. Gets us an opportunity to throw this one deep. And what a perfect throw from Taylor Rambo to Adam Randall. The Rambo to Randall connection is lethal to start the season as he gets another touchdown. And we are going to tie this game. I'm surprised he was able to fit that throw in there before the back pylon. So we got to just continue defensively to be able to hold them down. That is not exactly what I meant by them gashing us for a massive gain right away. Another like 9-yard gain. I mean, they have been really moving it at will for the most part. We've had a couple nice tackles that have led to them not getting a first down. And we really got to keep that up. That is right now being the difference maker. What a spin move on Caden. That was filthy. Omarion Hampton making Caden Sullivan look ridiculous out there. And that's a good broken tackle, but we're able to get everyone out there. And it brings up a field goal situation, which is up, and it is no good. He missed it just barely to the right side. 1st and 10. Little motion over. Throws the little drag route. A good juke move from Adam Randall, 1st down. Adam Randall in space is such a good option for us. Cam Walker with a huge play, and he's going to fumble the ball, and it's picked up by North Carolina. Oh, Cam Walker had such a great move, and then coughs up the ball, and it's North Carolina possession. That is such a momentum shifter. Such a momentum shifter for Cam Walker. Fumbles the football and gives them a chance to take the lead. Especially before the half. We could have gone up by 3 or by 7 before halftime and really milked the clock, so they didn't have a chance to get any opportunity. They're going to go down for the sack. Chase Simmons getting a big sack to keep the clock moving. Throws it quick and out of bounds. 3rd and 7. Just past Caden. Oh, he had a cover 3 and they hit the seam like immediately. Get the first down again, and it's 1st and 10 to the end zone, almost intercepted. Sheldon Dennis had his hands right on it, and they just couldn't get there. And he's going to get to the outside and gets 4. 3rd and 6. Got to hold him out. Throws it over to Hampton, and it's a 4th down situation. 4th and 3. They're going for it now. And that's so wide open. The blocking was miraculous, and that's a touchdown. Unlucky. They really want the momentum, and they went for it instead of going for the field goal, the safe play. They went for the ballsy play, and it worked out. Just such a big play for them, as we'll have one opportunity here. Throws it deep. He's got a step, and Xavier Lee down to the 20, inside the 10 to the 5, and he's taken down, and a timeout called by West Carolina. So we have 2 seconds left, 1st and goal, and we're going to end up getting a field goal out of it. If Xavier Lee was just a little bit quicker, that would have been a tie game and an explosive play. Nonetheless, though, for the Megalodons, giving us an opportunity to at least make it less of a lead for North Carolina going into halftime. So we'll get the ball also to start the second half, which is actually a great thing now that we're only down by 4 points. 1st and 10, drop back for Taylor Rambo, throws that one deep and is right on the money to Adam Randall. Down the sideline, he might actually be the one quick enough to score a touchdown. He will. A massive play for Taylor Rambo and company to be able to get this thing all the way down and take the lead back 24-21. Your Megalodons. I mean, I want to know how he threw that only where his receiver could get it. That was such a good touch on that pass for a freshman. 2nd and 5 situation. North Carolina back now losing again. That spin move is crazy. Marion Hampton's spin move is just something else. Good time to call the blitz, and Zaire gets back there for the sack. 2nd and long now. 2nd and long, dropping back, throws it deep, and it's almost intercepted from Blake. Blake was so close to being able to get that pick, and instead a screen pass is going to get most of it back, but will make the tackle and force the punt. So it's a 4th and 9 situation. Might just let that one bounce, and it bounces to the 2. That was actually probably one of the worst things we could have done there, as we're going to get nothing. And we try maybe to just throw it quick to the flat, and instead we might have had him. He fumbles the ball. Can we pick it up, please? Oh my gosh, that was a terrible choice. Regardless, I figured we were going to get a safety if we ran it. We tried to get a quick pass off. Probably should have just hit the flat. We were a little cautious because it looked like they were going to jump that. But instead, it's a safety, and that is not good. About worst case scenario because they get the ball again. 1st and 10 for them after the great run from Marion Hampton. They are just riding him all game long. He is their main guy. Throws it right over top of Caden Sullivan, and the tackles are terrible, and he's going to run this thing all the way in for the touchdown. That is a massive change of momentum. Massive change of momentum. From being down 3 points to now being up by 6. They're going for the 2-point conversion, and it's no good. So they're actually going to be up by 5. They tried to stretch this to a 7-point lead, and that one could have been a good pass, but Vernon Lyle runs into Adam Randall and doesn't end up doing anything as Cam Walker gets to the outside, and he's going out of bounds at the 45. Cam Walker, so good. So good for Cam Walker this season, and Adam Randall has another step, throws it, it's caught, and he's in for the touchdown. Another touchdown for Adam Randall as he is taking over this game right now. This is the guy we needed on the outside, someone who is a threat and needs to be covered appropriately, or else he is going to make you pay. So we'll go for the 2-point conversion of our own. Throws it quick to Vernon, and he gets it. 3-point game now. So a 3-point game, 3 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Not much of a gain on that one. Defense has to remain solid. What a throw. What a great throw. Harrell just thread the needle in between 2 defenders, and that could be intercepted. DeAndre. If DeAndre Harris gets that interception, that is game altering. Incomplete pass on 2nd down, brings up a 3rd and 10, throws that one, and it's just barely missed. Forces a punt situation. Cam gets to the outside, spins upfield, and it's 2nd and 1. We'll try to hit a little play action. We have definitely some room, just dumps it off, safe play, picks up the 1st. Kind of had a guy to the outside way deep, but it was a little risky. So 2nd and 14 now. Throwing that one over the shoulder. What a throw to Xavier Lee. Taylor Rambo is throwing things on a dime today. This is exactly what we missed with our QB last year. Just such a big difference now. So 4th quarter of play. Having the ball in a pretty good spot right now. Go with a little RPO action. Good job getting off their blocks. It's a 3rd and 7. Not a gimme 1st down, and they're going to get a sack, and that pushes us out of field goal range. So we have to punt the ball away instead of getting field goal, and that could be important too. That could also be very big. A 2nd down and 10. Had no guy out there with a spy. Gets a good game, makes a 3rd and manageable, and that's just wide open for the 1st down. Back to 1st and 10. Runs it with the draw play, gets drilled. And Marion Hampton taking a lot of punishment and just taking it however he wants. And he's just going to run this thing through the side, and he is so good. He has 180 yards running today. Just ridiculous. What a back juke, though. Even the backup running back is having himself a day with that move. Throwing that to the end zone, incomplete. Just a big drop. Gonna try a toss play to the outside, doesn't get it. 4th down and goal. Kick is up, and he misses the kick. And that's so big. Leaving us with a 3-point lead. That could have been a tie. We'll try to hand the ball off to Anthony Allen, and he goes nowhere. Absolutely blown up. The defensive line doing wonders for North Carolina, as this time he'll get to the outside and get the first. Unlucky, he got pushed out of bounds a little earlier than he wanted to. Good hard running for Buford for 5. Second down and 5, just chewing some clock. Can we get a first? The move is probably to just get something off quick, and he's going to catch it. Is that a first? North Carolina calls time, so it is indeed a first down. What a catch. And nowhere to run there. Second down and 11. Tries to run again to Anthony Allen. He's just not quite fast enough. Gets us to 3rd and 9. As we throw that one quick, and it is caught and down. Clock continues to move. Minute 10 seconds as we're punting this ball away. Unfortunate that we have to punt the ball, but a great tackle. At the 18-yard line is where they start this drive. Throws a quick out, and that's just there all day. They will always have the quick outs. That has been our kryptonite forever, and it will be for always. 4th and 4 situation. All the marbles right here. QB scrambles. We don't have anybody to make the tackle. And he gets nailed. But he picks up the first. 30 seconds left in the game. Scrambles out to the side and throws it out of bounds. 3rd and 10 situation. Throws the ball. He's got a man deep. Oh no, and that's going to be a touchdown. DeAndre Harris got absolutely torched for a touchdown. And oh my goodness. That is not what you want to see. Christian Hamilton stuns the crowd here in Carolina. So Taylor Rambo has an opportunity. Here it is, first down, throws it deep to Lyle, no good. Giving his guy an opportunity to win the jump ball, just can't quite win it. This one he might have a step, but just not enough oomph on the pass. Needed to have that land another 3 or so yards downfield, would have been perfect. This one, I think he underthrew it a bit. And it's 4th and 10 situation. Throwing that one with a chance, and it's no good, and that's going to end this game. Just 4 consecutive incomplete passes. Wasn't really anything we were doing there. Probably should have tried to get a little bit shorter on some of the passes. We just only had 3 timeouts, and a field goal doesn't win it. So unlucky for us. But North Carolina is going to pull off the win. Taylor Rambo had a pretty accurate game. I mean, those 4 incompletions at the end of the game is what really tanked his completion percentage, because he was 20 for 24 before that. Had 361 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's been pretty clean for us. Cam Walker, 9 rushes for 88 yards. Really good average for him. But that one fumble from Cam Walker really changes the tide of this game, because we could go up by 10 points. Adam Randall had himself a day. 7 catches, 3 touchdowns, 169 yards. Xavier Lee, 4 catches for a touchdown and 131 yards. Just really good between those two. And defensively, 8 tackles for Sheldon Dennis. 7 for Mitchell, Sullivan, and Davis. 2 TFLs for Caden Sullivan, Wyatt Wright, and Tyrell Davis. And then we had a sack from Zaire and Chase. But we get James Epps to commit, so we get a little bit more cornerback help there. Paul Wall, the free safety, also commits. And Adam Randall is going to win Sunbelt Offensive Player of the Week. He had that monster game. Deontay Hayer also commits. Bontrese Davis ends up committing. Pumped about that one. We actually did squeak it out in time. Max Haas, that speed rushing lineman. But even after the loss, we're sitting at 3-1 on the season. Still undefeated in conference play. Coastal Carolina is a matchup that we're going to have a little later on in the year. And they are second place in this side of the Sun Belt. But Marshall's up next. And we just got to make sure this isn't a trap game, because they're pretty evenly matched with us overall-wise, as we're pretty much dead even at a 78 overall. So time for Marshall. We're wearing the blackout jerseys because it's another revenge game. Marshall blew us out 52-7 last year. And Tychon Champman trying to do it again. We gotta show that we are better this year. We're an improved team, and we're not gonna let them run all over us. They really were an unstoppable force last year, we just couldn't do anything to stop it. Good deflection from DeAndre. It's going to bring up an early 3rd down right away. Last week we were so bad at 3rd downs. We barely even let them have them in the first place. But that's a dot. What a throw from their QB, just threading the needle. Good hit. 2nd and 8. Nothing on the draw. Defensively, we've had some people who have been standouts. That should have been picked from Caden. Caden keeps doing that. He has so many throws that go right by his head, and he just doesn't react to it fast enough. Whitewright's been a little bit better as far as that part goes. Good defense from DeAndre. 2nd down and 10. Throws a quick little smoke screen, and he's going to get not quite the first. Jamal Mitchell making a nice tackle. Direct snap to the running back. We're there, but not in time. It's a 1st down. And they're just going to continue to keep the ball on the ground. I think this is a little different running back than the one that we had last time. And that's a wide open touchdown. So they start 7-0. Pretty early on in this game, to be honest. I mean, defense has not been so good to start the game in the last few weeks. But Adam Randall's coming back out after that massive game. Taylor Rambo has really caught on over the last 2 weeks especially. Throwing for over 350 yards the last 2 weeks. And another hold right away. Marcus Green has had so many holds in this season, it's been terrible. Just not enough time to get off the pass. Immediate pressure. Immediate pressure. I don't even know if we have anybody even watching anything remotely. Terrible throw, and that's a punt. So, yeah, let's just forget that that ever happened. Are we going to get blown out by Marshall again? Deep throw, and DeAndre's going to get the knockout. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad DeAndre Harris was able to knock that one out because that would have been such a huge catch. 3rd and short. Can we get a stop? No. 1st and 10, little quick motion, run to the running back, and good gang tackle down. 2nd down and 10. They're just doing these little short passes, short runs, and they've been working really well. Occasionally they'll hit us with something a little bit deeper, and we're just not ready for it whenever they do. But a good stand defensively gets us right back in this game. Another quick pass out to Vernon Lyle, and he's going to get a nice gain. Getting nearer and nearer to midfield. Play action fake. Can't get it off. Would have had him wide open. Just didn't have enough time to deliver it there. Ron Marshall gets the 1st down catch. As a tight end freshman, he's been pretty nice as well. End up losing a yard on that table run, which is actually wild. But that's a good play. Just get the ball in space to our best player. And that's an even better throw to Ron Marshall. And he's going to have enough speed to outrun him for the touchdown. And Ron Marshall's going to tie the game up at 7 apiece. Great throw from Taylor Rambo to be able to be right over the linebacker underneath and get the points. So after tying up the game, they're back out on offense. And they're just going to continue to run the ball to their running back as it's a tie at 7-7 at the end of the 1st quarter. 2nd and 8. Another run up the middle. Another 1st down. I mean, they're not even really averaging that well on yards per carry. But what are you doing, DeAndre Harris? Gonna give up a completely free touchdown. It was a curl route. DeAndre Harris. My man, what are you doing? I can't even believe what just happened there. As we're going to get the ball to Adam Randall in space. Can we get that block downfield? We can, and a nice gain. I wish we had more jet touch passes, but there's only like a handful in our playbook, and we just can't use them that many times since it locks us out after 2 plays every single time. But we'll take that nice little throw over there to Vernon Lyle. Makes it a 3rd and inches. We'll be able to just hit him with a fullback dive, and Cam Teague is so cool. Does such a good job of being able to just move the chains. That could be a big play, and he underthrew him. That would have been a touchdown to Adam Randall. And instead, we're just going to try to run the ball. Doesn't get really much of anything. Doesn't really make it any more manageable. And we just can't get it off. Excellent coverage. Should have hit the drag route a little earlier. Instead, we were trying to go for the bigger play and go for the in route. Is this going to be a fumble? And they're going to pick it up. Zaire Patterson making a nice forced fumble attempt, but they're just able to fall on it. Good deflection down from Caden Sullivan, bringing up a 3rd and 7 situation. They're going to go with another flood concept to the side, but he's going to go down for the sack from Chase Simmons. He's been coming on strong as of the last couple games. Definitely need to have that production from the defensive ends. to keep the rest of our defense happy. We love sacks. And that's just a good move from Cam Walker. Reversing field. Getting the ball to Cam Walker in space has been such a difference maker as he gets another good run. And he's going to fight his way down inside the 20. Down to the 17-yard line. Hits Vernon Lyle with a little pop pass quickly, and he's down to the 10. Second and short. Underneath to Gunderson. To the end zone. Dives. Touchdown. And West Carolina puts up another 7 points on the board. And this is becoming a game again. 14-all. Here 2 minutes before the half. Under pressure. Throws it deep, and he throws a dime. Braylon Braxton throws a dime down there to the receiver. And that is just such a momentum shift. Especially because that chunk gets them right on the doorstep of field goal range. Good hit. They somehow get the first? I don't know about that. I feel like I could have questioned that call, but a good hit from Jamal. Forcing the incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10. Just dumping it off short, trying to make this field goal more and more realistic. Unless they're going to go for a shot play potentially here. Hits a good corner out, and that's a great throw. 1st and goal puts them in a great position to actually score a touchdown now. And that is a touchdown. Good in route, nobody covering him. And that's going to be a score. Defense giving up so many yards there as we're just going to try to dump this one off to Raw. Gets safely out of bounds. Gets ourselves an opportunity. Tries to run around in the pocket and he goes down. That's a big sack for Marshall. That's got some space and he just, I don't know what even happened. Xavier Lee had him by like 3 yards and all of a sudden stopped running. And then this time we got a guy going deep and it is caught for Xavier Lee. He somehow holds that down and puts us in a field goal opportunity, and he just missed it to the right. Really couldn't get anything on that one as they have another opportunity, and it's just going to get intercepted, and we'll go into the half down 21-14. Kind of a sloppy last minute of play for everybody involved. But this one is kind of a dogfight. There's an opportunity we could win this one, but we're letting them hang around right now. They're playing real well. We are going to get the ball first. So we'll see if we can try to tie this game up here early in the 3rd quarter, as that is not a good run out. 1st and 10 situation. Go with a real delayed handoff to Cam Walker, and he gets like 20 yards. What a good run from Cam Walker. Underneath on the drag. Good catch. Defense bit down exceptionally well on that one. Over the middle, caught Adam Randall, 1st down. Already over the midfield logo. Going deep to the end zone, and he overthrows him. Another touchdown. That's the 2nd overthrow that he's had, and that was a terrible throw. Terrible decision from Taylor Rambo, and he's just going to take the sack. You hate to see it. A drive that starts so well, and another sack for this Megalodon defense as we're setting the pressure. Gotta get more and more sacks to keep the defense happy. And what are you doing, DeAndre? DeAndre is going to find himself on the bench this week. DeAndre, I don't know what he's doing, but his head is not in the game in the slightest. Bad throw from them causes a punt, and now underthrew him. Really threw him way too far inside. That could have been a massive gain if you throw him to the outside leverage. Gets a 9-yard gain. We'll go right back to the fullback dive, and Cameron Teague. Such a good fullback for us. Anthony Allen just not fast enough. Loses 2. How far was that toss? Vernon Lyle can't do anything either. Basically right back to the original line of scrimmage for this 3rd down play. And that is a good throw in a tight window. Really good throw in a tight window. Gotta see more of that. Another good throw to Ron Marshall. Gets to the outside and he's to the 15. Maybe a little CJ McCrane vibes if you guys saw that Kennesaw State dynasty. I don't know. He seems like a pretty similar player to me. Not as good as CJ McCrane though. CJ McCrane was just an animal. Horrible run from Adam. And that is just no time at all. A 4th and 25, and we will actually end up drilling this field goal somehow. And so they're back on offense again. We really cannot allow them to score. That would be the worst thing right now. The pressure was there, and it just made him throw a bad pass. So we don't get the sack, but we do get the incomplete pass. And then he throws that into a sea of 3 bodies and comes down with it. I don't even know what to say. I mean, you gotta live with those kind of passes because they're such terrible decisions and such low success rates. But apparently for Marshall, if it's a 5% chance of success, it's gonna be a 100% catch. That is right at Caden Sullivan. Caden has had so many drops, so many close calls, and he has not come down with a single interception. This is quite depressing, and that is severely overthrown. I don't really know where that was going, to be honest. It was not the best pass. Cam Walker really setting us up with a very manageable 3rd down as Ron Marshall gets a good pass underneath, and he's going to make a man miss. Gets to the outside. He's down to the 20, inside the 10, all the way in for the touchdown. Ron Marshall showing his elusiveness right after I tell him that he's pretty similar to C.J. McCrane. He goes and does this, and they take the lead back 24-21. Throws it right at the safety, and it's a good undercut. The receiver really made that throw work, as that's not going anywhere. If the receiver doesn't undercut that, that's a terrible play 10 out of 10 times. But again, the luck that Marshall has in this one is so good right now. That is not even luck-based, though. That's just terrible defense. Free touchdown. I don't know where the slot corner was. Definitely was supposed to have somebody out there. 1st and 10 again. Scrambling out of the pocket to Ron Marshall again, and he's having himself a breakout game. 375 passing yards now for Taylor Rambo. Terrible run from Cam that was absolutely blown up, and they snuffed that one out, but it didn't matter as his speed's enough to make it a 3rd and manageable. Quick throw underneath. Ron Marshall fights for the 1st down. I think Ron Marshall has like 200 yards or something ridiculous like that. Good play. Cam Walker fights and somehow gets like a massive gain after the play. Good throw underneath. Xavier Lee fighting for yards, and he's down to the 11. West Carolina is not giving up in this game. Hands it off to the end zone. Touchdown for Western Carolina. And Cam Walker puts us back up. It's 31-28. And another freebie. Anytime you do a curl route at any point in the middle of the field, and that's a perfectly thrown pass. Their quarterback is on another level in the last 2 games, and I think he just beat DeAndre again. Are you kidding me? DeAndre Harris has allowed 2 massive touchdowns and like a 50-yard catch on top of that. DeAndre Harris himself has allowed 14 points and probably almost 175 yards. DeAndre Harris, and that's just on those few catches. That's a great throw to Adam Randall. Getting us in an opportunity. Taylor Rambo, he needs to show that he's clutch. He has not shown that gene yet. Oh no. Vernon Lyle. Taylor Rambo hit Vernon Lyle right in the numbers on a perfect pass, and now he's a little worried. There was a bad pass afterward, but Vernon Lyle could have ended this game right now. I don't think it would have been a touchdown, but it would have made it a manageable situation. Throws deep, and he underthrows it, and that's going to be how this ends. Oh, a terrible end to the game. Such a depressing loss. They end up winning by 4 points. Braylon Braxton had a dominant performance. Taylor Rambo had such a good game to not be rewarded with a win. He was 3 yards away from tying the single season record for West Carolina passing yards. 3 yards away. It was 448. He ended with 445. Again, throwing for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Completion percentage really took a dump there at the end just from all the pressure that they were sending us. But really 3 straight games of absolute excellence from him. Ron Marshall going nuts. 8 catches for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cam Walker adding 6 catches for 54. And defensively 10 tackles for Wyatt Wright with 3 TFLs on top of it. That's crazy. 1 sack for Chase and for Zaire Patterson. Interception for Tyrell Davis. And a handful of pass deflections. But DeAndre Harris, I have had enough of that. He messed up the game in North Carolina, and he messed up the game here at Marshall. He is done. We are moving him over to the slot corner role, so where he's going a little less deep on those deep balls, because he has been getting absolutely demolished. And we're going to start Jamal Mitchell and Tyrell Davis up here a little bit more, because they just seem to have a little bit better in the man and zone coverage aspect. And we do not want DeAndre Harris going one-on-one on anybody, because he is not that guy on the deep coverage. But looks like we also got Jimmy Wolf, the other quarterback that we were looking for. He also commits after that last week against Marshall. And Greg Popek, he is super close to getting him to commit. Georgia Southern is the next matchup, and this one is also another revenge game. If you guys didn't guess it already, they beat us last year, and this is an opportunity for us to get a win, as we're both sitting at 3-2 to start the season early on. LV Bunkley Shelton, quite the name. LV for a first name? Yeah, I don't know about that. But they're going to go deep on literally the first play of the game, and it's intercepted. Why on earth is DeAndre Harris back there? Why on earth is DeAndre Harris back there? I should be happy that we get an interception, but why is he back there? I literally benched him immediately after the last 2 game performances, but he does get an interception, so we'll take it when we can, and that is a terrible throw. Why is Taylor making the decisions that he's making? And he's going to get down for a sack. Really pathetic offensive performance in that first drive there, as basically it's like nothing happened. Good hit from Sheldon Dennis, not really forcing a fumble or anything, but a good hit. There's a nice sack from Vic Burley, getting in there, throwing it, just overthrows him. Kind of a hospital ball there. Sheldon laid some lumber on him after the play. But we got to get the run game more involved. Gets it back off to Adam Randall, out to the outside, spins upfield, and he's down at the 42. 1st and 10, throw that one quick off the sideline to Vernon Lyle, and he's down inside enemy territory. There we go. Get the ball quick to the sidelines in space. Good throw as he's hit, and it's dropped. Ron Marshall, after having the biggest game of his career, just dropped a wide open pass. Hit him in the hands, hit him right in stride, and just not able to do anything for it. And we go down for another sack. So another punt. That drive looked so good until it didn't. And they're running, the receiver just walks out of bounds. Why is that so open? They just have so much open room, apparently. Good tackle for loss for Zaire, and the outside flats are just so open all the time. Gonna scramble out with the QB again, ends up actually throwing it, and they get the first. 1st and 10 back up here for Georgia Southern. They are driving so well right now that I do not like this. I have very small faith in this defense right now, because we've kind of been gashed for 30-plus points in the last 2 games in a row. 2nd and 10 situation, throws it, it could have been intercepted. Jamal Mitchell drops a for sure pick, and that's so big. But the sack is also huge, getting them all the way back into the logo. And are they still in field goal range? That's the question. Looks like apparently they believe so, and they actually are. Gets the 3-point field goal from a long way out. Such a long field goal from them. The play action, what was that defender doing? It allowed us to get a pass off to Adam Randall, and you might want to go back and look at it. Look at that blitzing corner. He just ran in there, and after the play action fake, he stopped and started running back out. Cam Walker, huge amount of room to the outside, down at the 10. Cam Walker, and we're up over 100 passing yards here in the first quarter. But yeah, that play with that corner was so weird. I mean, Taylor Rainbow's play action numbers are quite insane for a true freshman, but I didn't know anything could be that good. Just barely gets it off, and at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's 3-0 Georgia Southern, but we are on the verge of putting up some points. Averaging 7.9 yards per play, but yet still losing. What coverage! And we'll go ahead and kick the field goal. He missed it. Okay, Jacob, can we finally hit something, please? Freshman kicker making me want to rip my hair out as we can't get anything. Good hit, Sheldon. Getting some of that aggression out, getting some of that frustration there. And the quarterback just runs around for free, and he gets a massive gain. Apparently we're going to need to spy on this guy also. I'd love if our D tackles were able to get a little bit more pressure off there. That's such a good throw short, and there's no way. That's going to be a free touchdown. Their no huddle on that drive was just making our defenders so gassed. No huddle is very, very overpowered, especially with all these lower teams. The stamina is not just good enough at all. We just get so gassed. It's just so terrible. Good throw to Ron Marshall. Makes the catch this time. We get that first down. 10-0 still. As we are just down. Got to figure out a way. I feel like we've been moving the ball so well on offense. And then we get stopped somehow. Good throw over the shoulder, and he drops it. Another drop for Xavier Lee, and this is just frustrating for a QB. Another drop for Ron Marshall, forces the punt. It wasn't the easiest catch on that one, but it has been done before. Georgia Southern's got a legit chance to go up by 3 scores here before the half. If they go up 3 scores at home, this thing's going to be impossible to come back. What a hit from Sheldon Dennis! And we're going to pick it up. Western Carolina's going to get the ball back. Sheldon Dennis providing the spark as our defensive team captain, providing the spark that we need on another forced fumble. Sheldon Dennis always seems to find a way to have those clutch plays like that. What a juke from Cam. That was filthy, that juke. And Cam Walker getting another run. Spins upfield and gets to the 25. We haven't had very much success running the ball, but Adam Randall on the jet touch is going to get a couple yards. Really felt like more than 4 yards, but you know, good play action fake. Open man in the corner of the end zone. He overthrows it, or underthrows it, just barely. I guess we should have maybe tried to do a high ball pass on that one. Except now we hit Ron Marshall underneath, gets tackled at the 1. Can we please punch it in here, boys? An opportunity, gets it. Cam Walker gets the first points on the board for Western Carolina. We finally have broken the streak. Finally have put up some points in this game. We're still behind, but the score is a lot more manageable, especially if we can hold them out here for the rest of the quarter. Not looking great there as JC French getting a massive gain. Throws it right at our user, and Sheldon had no reaction whatsoever. And he throws that right at DeAndre Harris, who gets an interception. There we go. We like him on the slot corner. Was able to play much, much better coverage against the medium to short range. That is so much better. So a huge takeaway, his second of the game. And why are we throwing it into triple coverage, Taylor? And it's incomplete, obviously. And the pressure's going to force an incompletion. So it's 3rd and 10 now. Has a man over the middle. Oh, I didn't see him at all. To be honest, there I did not see him in the slightest. I still to this day don't know where he was. But yeah, we're gonna not talk about that one. That's Taylor needs to have better eyesight, I guess. I don't know why he's making me throw like that. But alright. That is a fumble. On top of it, can we... Yes, alright, we're challenging that for sure. There's no way. But yeah, going back to the pick, that's definitely not why you guys watch this channel, for my quarterback play. First down, though, on that nice little catch. We have a guy on that over route, and he's going to drop it. Another drop from Ron Marshall. Brings up a 2nd and 10 situation. Try to throw it underneath to him again, give him another chance, and he fights for the first. Alright, you made up for that drop, Ron, on that last one, since you used a little extra effort to get that first down. But we're kind of going a little bit too deep with these plays. We just don't have enough time in the pocket to be able to get them off. 2 guys out free immediately. And we'll just go to the half. We'll settle for it. 17-7 at the half. These turnovers have really been a telling part of this game. We've had a lot more turnovers than we characteristically have in a game, and it's really showing because we are struggling to move the ball and we keep turning it over before we score. And the ball off to Cam, and he's going to get some nice footwork to gain about 8 yards on that play. Pretty good moving by him. Good throw back shoulder right there. Fall down first. Perfect throw from Taylor Rambo. That's what you like to see. Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. Is it the same guy again? Is it Marcus Green for the 9,000th time in this season? Of course it's Marcus Green. Marcus Green has had, I think he's had a holding penalty in every single game in the last 3 games in a row. Great find, though, for that. We're going to try a little QB blast, and they didn't see that one coming in the slightest, and a massive gain for Taylor Rambo. An 18-yard run. Was not expecting that at all. And there's a good throw to the end zone, and he overthrows him. Darnell Jackson had a step, and he couldn't get another drop. Oh my lord, the drops are killing me right now. And that is 20 yards out of bounds. That's a souvenir ball. So we're going to have to go for it on 4th down because we can't kick a field goal, and there's no way we should be punting this, and we get nothing. So instead, they just get the ball back. Good tackle for loss there. Great play in the backfield. 3rd and 16. Very deep 3rd down. And oh my goodness gracious. I saw both Jamal and DeAndre Harris over there. I don't know who's supposed to be actually covering him. But that was so close to being another game absolutely blown. Because we cannot afford to let them score again. A touchdown in that fashion would have ended the game. What a throw to Adam Randall. He has him beat over the top, and it's another touchdown for Adam Randall. And we are right back in this game. 1st and 10 on the next drive for Georgia Southern. Big do-or-die drive for Georgia Southern. They either need to milk a ton of time off the clock, or they need to score. 3rd and 2 situation. Good use of your blockers. Terrible pursuit angle from Blake, and a first. Go right back to the ground. Another amazing amount of blocks. Their blocking has improved so much over the first 2 quarters as they are having infinite amounts of running room right now. Like, look at the protection there. He throws it right at Caden Sullivan, who, guys, he actually caught the ball. Oh my lord. Caden Sullivan actually can catch the ball. I didn't even know that was possible. He actually came down with that. I am shocked. What a diving stop. That was thrown way too late, Taylor. Gotta be less greedy on that. Just hit it when it's open. 3rd and 9 situation. Over the middle. Wide open Adam Randall. And a 1st down at the midfield logo. Already, Vernon Lyle getting a nice completion. Little motion over there to make him think something else is happening. Good cut move and a 1st down. Cam Walker just under 50 yards on the day. As we get to the end of the 3rd quarter, 17-10. JC French really spreading the ball around there too. 2nd and 7 situation. Throws that one. It's incomplete. That was a tough catch. Some of the drops are on Taylor Rambo and some of them are not on him. That's a good find to Xavier Lead. 4th and 1. It's definitely worth going for it. Cam Teague is going to get it. Cam Teague is just as sure as they come for getting that 1-yard gain. Anthony Allen, powerful running, gets the first. Gonna run it again to Anthony Allen. He falls forward for another 5. And he is helping to move the chains right now. We'll go back to the ground game again. Nothing doing there. Defensive tackle really blew that one up. And a throw to the end zone. Touchdown for Adam Randall. What a throw from Taylor Rambo. He threw that right on the line to Adam Randall, where only Adam could get to it. Adam Randall just going crazy the last few games. He has really been a solid piece offensively. As I feel like halfway through the season, Adam Randall is our go-to offensive player. I think Cam Walker is a breakout player of the year candidate for us, but Adam Randall is a difference maker. Vernon Lyle's also been quite good. And I mean, Taylor Rambo, he's no scrub either. He's been performing at a high rate in the last couple weeks. And that is not that example. 3rd and 6 situation for him. Can we move the chains? Adam Randall, just find him and get him the ball. Up over 300 yards now on the day passing for Taylor Rambo, and a good run for Cam. Getting the 1st down, breaking tackles, and gets a yard. 2 minutes left in the game. Got to find a way to get a 1st down to pretty much end this game. 2 broken tackles from Anthony Allen, and he's just going to cut upfield to fall down because we just want to make sure this game is over. Runs the ball one more time, and a timeout called. just trying to milk the clock and get all their timeouts out. One timeout remaining. Goes with the play action and hits Alex Gunderson in the back of the end zone. And that's going to end the game. Everyone expecting the run hits him with the play action and ices this game 28-20. Your final score, West Carolina getting their revenge over Georgia Southern and checking another revenge game off of the season list. Adam Randall going crazy again. Multiple touchdowns. Had a JC French thrown for 3 picks. Defense was very opportunistic against him. Taylor Rambo, another 300-yard game. 51% completion percentage, not as good as we would hope for, but 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. He's been pretty clean so far this season, not throwing that many turnovers for a true freshman, and you gotta love that kind of production. Cam Walker, not the best average performance, but Anthony Allen also had 52 on the ground. Receiving wise, yet another crazy day for Adam Randall. 8 catches, 162 and 2 touchdowns. Ron Marshall had 5 catches for 54 yards. But look how many drops he had. 4. He had almost as many drops as he had catches in this game. That is that's inexcusable. No. We can't be doing that type of behavior or you're not going to be starting tight end. 8 drops in a game between the whole receiving core is ridiculous. 8 tackles for DeAndre Harris was the #1 tackle leader. Sheldon Dennis also had 7. 2 TFLs for Vic Burley. He also had a sack. And 2 interceptions for DeAndre Harris and 1 for Caden Sullivan. Jadarius Brown, the 3-star gem running back, commits to the program. Brian Ladd, the left guard, commits. Chad Charlton, right tackle, commits. We're getting a bunch of commits all of a sudden. We're at 4-1 in conference play, 4-2 overall, and Coastal Carolina still the only one that's kind of neck and neck with us for a lead in the conference and a spot in the conference championship. And Coastal Carolina is exactly who we play in this week. So kick is off here at home against Coastal Carolina, our rivals. It's time to get another dub, guys. Coastal Carolina absolutely demolished us last year as we played against a lot of players that we used on our Kennesaw State team. And now we're going to go up against them again in the second year. Taylor Rambo having an excellent start to the season. Touchdown interception ratio is ridiculous, but I wish we could catch the ball a little bit better than we can. What a throw to Xavier Lee. That is, the touch that he has on those passes is like a pro veteran QB. 2nd and 4, little motion, kind of mix it up on him a little bit. Gets him underneath, and Vernon Lyle getting a nice little catch underneath. Back to 1st and 10. Under pressure and can't get it off. I feel like we definitely would have had Ron Marshall on that corner route, but instead we'll have to settle for an underneath throw again, making it 3rd and manageable situation for us. Can Taylor pick it up? He's been just taking the safe throws and getting the first downs. Just churning down the clock. Good little in and out RPO action to Vernon Lyle, and he gets a nice gain. I like that play. Good play call from the coordinator. We'll just go with a regular RPO this time, and Xavier Lee drops it. Good downhill hit from the safety. Dump it off underneath again. They're leaving the flat so wide open, and Xavier Lee is going to have a touchdown. And we are up 7-0 on our rivals just like that. Absolutely love it out there as we're trying to get some more wins. We did terribly against our rivals last year. I believe only winning 1 out of the 4 rival games that we played. This time we have an opportunity to win more of them. So far we've won half of the games. We beat App State, and then we lost to North Carolina. So we have a shot now against Coastal Carolina, and then we play Old Dominion later on. 3rd and 11 situation. A longer throw, scrolls out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds. Good defense for us. That's one of the first times that we've actually not allowed a touchdown on their first offensive drive. So significantly improved. Again, just throwing underneath to the drag route to Vernon Lyle. Right now, Taylor Rambo on fire. Little fake throw, and then just underthrows it. Kind of an errant pass. That would have had to be a perfect pass in order to be completed. And a drop from Ron Marshall. Only a couple sure things in life. Death, taxes, and Ron Marshall's going to drop a wide open drag. So, hey, but Cam Walker's going to get a... No, he didn't get the first. So we'll go back to Cam Teague. And his running is just... How is he not down yet? 5 yards. We really could have just bumped that out to the outside a long time ago. Scrolls out to the wrong side of the field. I keep forgetting he's left-handed. So, yeah. Wish we had him right-handed at that point, but it's okay. And we'll just throw that one out of bounds. I'm so glad we didn't get intentional grounding. All right, let's just go back to the safe, easy stuff. And by easy, I mean lose a yard. We'll try to take a field goal. It's a dead-on inaccuracy. Oh, we just didn't have enough power. Oh, that's so close. Unlucky, we just didn't have enough power there. Oh my gosh, that was such a better play. Jamal actually made the tackle after the curl route instead of DeAndre Harris, which would have just stopped and run the other direction and allowed him to get a huge gain. Basically like that. Oh wow, how did we not jump though? And it's what? Did it get intercepted? And it's saying our ball. Wyatt Wright? Right place, right time, Mr. Wright? Did he actually just get that interception? I feel like I need to see that again. I need to see what just happened. Can we see a replay? Somebody in the booth. Wyatt Wright. Yeah, I know. It's him. Did he just throw that off the back of the lineman's head? Yeah, it bounced off of Ward's head right there. And Wyatt Wright, it's the interception. Bounces off his head, and he has the awareness to get his hands underneath the ball. What an athletic play from Wyatt Wright. This is why he is having a bid for team captain next year. At the end of the first quarter, though, we're pretty much dominating in time of possession. 7-0. Really could have more points there. Cam Walker gets a nice cut upfield. Gets his longest run of the day. We'll try to keep riding him for 2 yards. A little motion the tight end out. See if we have anybody underneath. Not really. Just has to take the sack. Just doesn't want to force the ball into coverage, especially not this deep in your own territory. That could be a great throw, and he overthrows him, and that's a late hit. I feel like that's not a legit. That's like a targeting hit on Adam Randall. But I don't think there's targeting in this game, so he's going to bump it out to the outside, and he's got a lot of speed, and he's down to the 40. Trey Taylor making crazy plays. Like, luckily, we don't have to play against Javen Simpkins anymore. But Ethan Vasco still putting in work. That's a wide open run up the middle. Christian Washington just completely free. And it's a fumble? Did somebody pick that up? So just somebody snap that quick, because I don't know if that was a legit fumble. See Christian Washington there. I don't know where the ball goes halfway through the play, so we're just going to snap this thing quick before somebody challenges anything. And they won't challenge it, so it's going to stand, and it's going to be our ball yet again. So 2 plays basically in a row as they get closer to the red zone that they just unluckily turn it over as Cam Walker gets to the outside and he's tackled in midfield. Cam Walker making some nice plays. Adam Randall on the jet touch pass. Just can't overrun him. We'll go back with a little play action fake. Had the linebacker demolished. Open man throws it. Caught Vernon Lyle inside the 10. We went with a secure catch. And did he just drop the ball on the corner's head? I think Vernon Lyle just dropped the ball on the corner's head after the play. There would have been such a massive fight going on there. But Cam Walker's going to get a touchdown. And that is going to give us a bigger lead against Coastal Carolina. Can we rout them after that? I mean, that's going to be one of the most controversial after the plays I've seen in a hot minute. Vernon Lyle, I literally can't get over that. We're already so many plays after that. And Vernon Lyle dropping the ball on the corner's head is just insane to me. 3rd and 7 situation. Big moment for Coastal Carolina. They can't pick it up. So we have an opportunity to push the lead even more before half. Nobody really open. Excellent coverage downfield for them. Little in and out shoot from Cam Walker. Gets a yard out of that. That was actually kind of filthy. Imagine if he had Shifty. That would be crazy. Trying to buy some time. Gets a sack. It's back to Coastal Carolina ball. Has a man over the middle and goes down for the sack. The defense is just suffocating right now. Throws that thing deep and it's caught. What an athletic play from the receiver to undercut Sheldon Dennis and get the catch. Getting them into field goal range. Pretty good chance that they're going to break the scoreless point streak. As there's under a minute left. 3rd down, throws it at the lineman's head again. I don't know what Ethan Vasco's doing. And the kick is up, and it is good. So they will break the scoreless streak as they get 3 points here before the half. So we have an opportunity still to be able to put up some points here. Excellent shot to Adam Randall, who breaks a tackle. And Adam Randall's going to waltz into the end zone for a touchdown. Adam Randall showing that he's just so much better than everybody on this team. Another touchdown from him as his touchdown streak continues. So it's 21-3 at the half. Cam Walker having a good day, but I don't know why Adam Randall's not the spotlight player, because he has been just an animal over the last few weeks. So sad that Adam Randall's a senior, because he would be so nice to have back next year. After having a full year under the belt of Taylor Rambo, he's going to be so much better even next season. Good hit from Sheldon. Just gotta focus our defense here to not allowing a touchdown. I think the main thing our defense needs to improve in is cornerback play. That has been kind of our spotty thing since the beginning of the creation of this dynasty, as yet a wide open touchdown from our corners. Exactly what I'm saying. Unreal. That is very ironic. Well, we'll go back to offense again, and Cam tries to hezzy and get something, but only gets about a yard there. We'll go back to him again, try to get something out of nothing. But not really too much. Just can't really move the ball too well. Ron Marshall breaking a tackle and gets the first. He's been decently consistent if he had a little bit better hands. But yes, defensively, I think corners, wow, that would have been so open. Would have been so open had we been able to actually complete that pass. 3rd and 4 situation. Could be big, and the corner never turned around but still forced the incompletion. It wasn't the cleanest pass, though. Whoa, that could have been a fumble for sure from Sheldon Dennis. And can we get an interception, Jamal? Jamal's hands, he's got bricks for hands for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And that is a big sack from Chase Simmons. He's getting another sack. Okay, that's a little chippy after there. Zaire just run over and chest bumped him after the play. So that's a little interesting. And a good catch from Alex. Why is Alex Gunderson, our like 67 overall blocking tight end, the guy who's like the most sure hands on the team? Oh, he just didn't get the first. It's actually kind of incredible he didn't get the first there. I like the little rub play, and he's going to get the first. Good catch from Vernon. Motion out our running back and just get it to him quick to the flat. I kind of like that play too, get 3 yards out of it. Just a nice little consistent catching, and not enough time either. Motion over the wide receiver. Again, do a little bit of motion play to mess with them, and that's overthrown. 4th and 7 situation. Up the gut. Gets 8. Coastal Carolina needs points. Needs points in a hurry as the 3rd quarter is winding down. Why did he cut it outside? The cut to the outside really forced them to not get the first down. And Anthony Allen's going to get a nice run to the outside. Trying to not really run clock, but we want to keep the clock moving. That's kind of the main goal. We're not chewing clock, but we're just trying to make completions just like that to Ron Marshall. And nice little runs just to keep the clock moving. D tackle absolutely demolished that play. He just demolished our center. But we're headed into the 4th quarter now. Another motion. Motion's been working pretty well against this team. What a throw to Vernon Lyle. Just get him down quick and get that completion. Throws it yet again. Another nice catch. But unfortunately, he had to fall on the ground there. But we will end up making the field goal. There we go, Jacob. Good job nailing that one. So that makes it a 14-point game. Would have much rather prefer it be better than that. But they're going to get a great run to midfield. This is why I am so skeptical of leads that we have. As it's another broken tackle, he gets 9 yards. They still have plenty of time to be able to come back in this game, especially if they're moving the ball this well. Good hit from DeAndre Harris. That's not going to force much. Good blitz call. Got Ethan Vasco a little worried, and he just wasn't able to get it off. They'll pull the same play twice in a row, and he's going to get all the way down to the 10-yard line. How do we call the same play twice in a row and we don't see it coming? Great catch. 2nd and goal. Counter play, not going anywhere. 3rd and goal. Can we stay in front of him? We can't. It's a touchdown over Jamal Mitchell. And that's kind of cornerbacks are really the issue for us right now, to be honest. Good hit. Good hit from Grayson Reynolds to force the incompletion. They don't get the 2 points, and it's still an 8-point game. Under 5 minutes left in this game. Vernon Lyle, sure-handed, makes the first down. Back to the ground game for Cam Walker. Gets a little cut upfield, and he fights for 9 yards. Really able to be chewing clock at this point. Good run from Cameron. Under 3 minutes. Got to get some first downs. Cam Walker gets another 9. Getting closer and closer to getting this win. Good run up the middle. Can we get our 5th win of the season? Read option play to Cam. 2nd and 9. Running the ball, breaks a tackle, and he's so close. That's the final timeout. A first down would end the game. And it's 4th and inches. Oh no. Here it is. All the marbles we need to get this first down. Gonna run the ball, and he gets the first down. And Taylor Rambo's gonna end this game 24-14 as we're able to run the rest of the clock out. We knock off our rivals, get the revenge for the 2nd week in a row, and Taylor Rambo just under 300 yards passing. He would have had, what, 4 in a row games or something like that with 300 yards passing? He has been on another level over the last couple weeks. Passer rating going way up, and Cam Walker averaging just under 5 yards per rush, 18 carries for 89 yards. Vernon Lyle, 8 catches for 92. Adam Randall had 5 for 86 and a touchdown. And DeAndre Harris, 2nd week in a row, leading the team in tackles at 8. Chase Simmons with 7, but 5 TFLs, tying the in-game record for TFLs, Chase Simmons. Wow, that's quite impressive. 2.5 sacks for him as well. And Wyatt Wright gets yet another interception. And boys, we got another commit, Glenn Hicks, the safety, and Greg Popek. Chase Simmons wins Sunbelt Defensive Player of the Week with those 5 TFLs, and he also wins the national one. Looking at the college football playoff, somehow we're listed in here. There's no shot on earth we make it into the college football playoff. And if we do, we're getting murdered. Chad Eddy, the gem, running back, he's looking pretty good for us. I think we have really good odds of being able to get this guy signed to the team. Really nobody else even going after him so late into the season. And even if they do, really only North Carolina is going to have a threat to them. And they're already 5th, which we're pretty close to locking out top 3. Wayne Earl, we found a gem corner. We're real neck and neck with Duke, and we're going to have a killer Week 11 visit, if it even makes it to Week 11, for us to have a chance to even get this guy. He looks pretty solid. He doesn't look incredible, but he looks pretty solid. And he's a gem, so at least he's got some sort of development. Ross Newton is another gem outside linebacker that we found as a run stopper. Nobody really going after him either. So we're sitting currently at 5-2 in the standings, 5-1 in conference play, and we're looking pretty good so far. Looking at the season stats, Taylor Rambo having kind of a breakout season for his true freshman year. He's got almost 2,200 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. 59% completion percentage is a little bit low, but hey, that's not too bad, especially when you're throwing for 300 yards a game. Also has 2 records he might break with the passing yards. He only needs a couple hundred more passing yards. I think 2,600 is the record, and 26 touchdowns. So he's getting super close on both of those. And Cam Walker on 91 carries has almost tied his rushing totals from last year, averaging so much better. And he has 6 touchdowns on the ground too. And Adam Randall was 631 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's actually 1 touchdown away from tying the record for touchdowns in a single season, which is 9. Ron Marshall has 473 yards and 3 touchdowns so far on the year. And Vernon Lyle, 373 yards on 33 catches for him too. Defensively, Wyatt Wright leading the team in tackles with 45 of them. He also has 11 TFLs, 10 for Caden Sullivan and 10 for Chase Simmons. Sack leader right now, halfway through the season, is Chase Simmons with 6 sacks. He's only about 3 sacks away from tying the record. And DeAndre Harris has 4 interceptions. He's 2 interceptions away from breaking the single season record also. So again, sitting 5-2, about a little over halfway through the season. Season is looking up. We need 1 win to make it to be bowl eligible. And if we win that game, we can break some of the recruiting restrictions and make it significantly easier on us. We'll play against James Madison in the next video. Then we'll play against Georgia State, Arkansas State, And then to, wow, they're up to number 2 in the country. South Carolina at South Carolina. Sounds like a brutal game. And then we'll have Old Dominion to end out the season. So I think some of those games are winnable. I think we have a legit chance of winning, I'd say, somewhere between 3 or 4 of them. But that's kind of like the high end. I think we could win 3 or 4. More realistic, I think we win somewhere between 2 to 4 of them. But let me know what you guys think. Has this season been so much better than you thought it was going to be? But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a ton of fun to make it so far. And we'll continue on with the second half of Season 2 in the next video. But until then, why don't you guys check out one of these videos?